We can't believe everything that we see online.
That is right, Paula. Good morning.
Deepfakes. Deepfakes.
Deepfakes. Yeah. What are they?
So, deepfake technology that uses AI to create super realistic fake videos.
It's a high-tech way of putting words in someone's mouth.
Und deshalb kann ich nur sagen,
I smell blood in the water.
They took my microphone to Kenya and they broke it and now it's broken.
These are all faces you know, but you've probably never seen them in these places before. Deepfakes is an umbrella term for a technology that can put any face and voice onto any other person. Movies, politics, pornography, the applications range from innocent fun to gross misuse.
Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet.
We're used to seeing CGI, but experts are saying deepfakes will rapidly overtake even Hollywood's capabilities, and with a fraction of the resources.
To the uninitiated, that sounds like pretty scary stuff. So, to see how good deepfakes really are, I've come here to Pinewood Studios to find out what Hollywood requires for pixel-perfect, big-screen special effects that can capture both face and body performance.
I feel like I'm sort of in 70s pajamas or sort of old velour tracksuit.
So we've got to fit your helmet first.
So as far as I understand it, I've got a camera which is tracking me in front, and I'm wearing a skin-tight suit which is marked with these bobbles, which will allow motion capture. So cameras will be able to track the movement of my body by focusing on these points around. And then they'll be able to use that trace of the motion capture to map that on to create other images or to allow me to control computer-generated images. You realise that if you don't have a symmetrical face, which I guess very few people have,
very few people.
you only see yourself in reverse.
There's a button there on the screen.
So, arm down, arm up, in real time. So there's fractional lag, but really only fractional. So I can see it, and of course it's still capturing my facial expressions as well. So if I close my eyes, or open them, or open my mouth, that happens as well. And so you really begin to think quite quickly that the character on screen is you, and that boundary between the two of you begins to melt away very, very quickly. So this is just one part of the hardware that Hollywood needs to make photoreal, computer-generated images. An actor in a full-length motion capture bodysuit, a headset with a camera that captures the expressions on my face, and behind him, dozens of technicians, dozens of cameras, and maybe even, like this, a set on Pinewood Studios.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things.
And what's worrying about that is that this kind of video can be produced not with a movie set and a team of technicians and a big budget, but on a home computer with some smart algorithms. It's a technology that's becoming ever more accessible and ever more capable, producing real images that look and deceive your brain.
So that's why I've come to this cafe with this laptop to see how easy it is to make a deepfake right now. Now, the most famous code to do this is something called deepfake, but it takes a while, and I wanted something that I could use in real time, here and now, using the webcam on my laptop. So I've looked around for something different. It's amazing how, even though this is just a young technology, there are already so many different options. Some of them are free, others are paid, some of them are slow, some of them are fast. It's a huge variety. So with a few clicks on Google, I found a program called Aphrodite.ai. And here it is, giving me the option to be a couple of Hollywood superstars, Angelina Jolie or Nicolas Cage. So we've got our app, the next step is harvesting data. Now, to create a deepfake video from scratch, all you need are a couple of hours of video footage of your target, which, let's face it, could be your mother. But far easier just to grab the video from the web. And anyone in public life you'll find has thousands of hours of video footage online which you can grab for free. I've taken one video of Donald Trump speaking on C-SPAN and exported those images for my algorithm to learn from. Now, Aphrodite.ai have given me a little bit of help just to speed things along and introduce me to the techniques, but in fact, I'm amazed just how simple it really is. And I feel like it's just like... Our Wi-Fi's just dropped out. It's so frustrating because the tech is working fantastically well, but we don't have a network to get it.
Okay, so it's not the most reliable of technologies at the moment, but there is one device bringing this kind of technology to millions of users around the world already. It's this, your phone, and to be more precise, Snapchat. So interestingly, Snapchat only needs one picture to create its own face swap. So here I've got a picture of Donald Trump. It doesn't do hair, but it does everything else. So if I had the famous blonde comb over, it's pretty much there. So the algorithms are tracking me as I move side to side, as I open my eyes and my mouth, just from one photo. And who's this next to Donald Trump? It's Theresa May. And again, it doesn't do the hair, but it does my face exceptionally well. And the combination of my face and Theresa May's face and my hair, I sort of look a bit like Keith Richards at the moment. It's obviously an incredibly powerful technology. So I wanted to talk to someone who could tell me what the future holds, not just for the creation, but also for the detection of deepfakes. John Gibson from ASI Data Science.
So today, it's still at the relatively embryonic state. However, the technology is open and in the wild, and it's improving rapidly. And so I think it's reasonable to assume that we're maybe 2 years away from a position where more or less anybody can create any kind of video they want with anybody saying or doing anything they want them to.
So we're talking about a teenager in a bedroom being able to make Donald Trump do and say anything.
It is reasonable to assume exactly that. And I think by extension, we should consider that where there are large, highly resourced state agencies who are interested in making heads of state say and do what they want them to, it is highly likely that they will achieve that capability sooner than the next couple of years.
What can we believe? Because video, until now, seeing has been believing.
Absolutely. So we're at the beginning of an arms race in terms of both the creation of synthetic videos on the one side and then the detection of synthetic videos on the other. And so we at ASI have worked with the UK Home Office to build technology that can detect terrorist propaganda videos on the web. And we're about to start working with the Transatlantic Commission to build similar technology to detect synthetic political content. And that's because even though the videos will become increasingly imperceptible to the human eye, for the time being at least, they will have signals within them the machine can pick out. And that means the software can detect real from fake. It's not a problem that just is out of control. It's a problem that will emerge, it will cause harm, it will cause confusion. People will figure out ways to deal with it a bit. And then ultimately the biggest change will just be that people figure out that they shouldn't just trust the first thing they see.
So that's a whistle-stop tour through deepfakes. Now, we all remember how significant the manipulation of text was in fake news. How much more significant could the manipulation of video and audio be in deepfakes? That is the key question. Could our democracies be undermined? Could wars be started, careers ended, stock markets tipped upside down, elections meddled with? We just don't know yet. But what we do know is that if deepfakes emerge as a truly game-changing technology, something is sure to come along to counter them. And in the meantime, well, human beings are tremendously flexible. But ultimately, we might all have to get used to a world where seeing is not necessarily believing.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Oval Office, thank you all very much for listening.
Was that all right?